Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is your Arabic teacher Sam, and a very warm welcome back to the latest Arabic language tutorial here on the channel. Basically, I've just finished in my GCSE program. I've just finished doing a complete walkthrough of the reading paper. So if you're sitting your GCSE in Arabic this year, the reading paper is still a little way away. So I've done an entire walkthrough of one of the sample papers from Gcse. It's a long video, about an hour-long video. I'll link it up in the description, inshallah, so you can go to my website and go and check that out. But when I was in that, I realised that there are some times when the examiner tries to catch you out. I've known this even when I did my GCSE and did my A-levels and stuff, because the examiners need to find a way of finding the A-star candidates. They need to have some questions in there which might even mislead you a little bit. So I want to just give you two little tricks that were in that paper that only the students who are A-star level will work out. So number one was, there was a this was the reading paper, obviously. There's a little notification, maybe it was question 5 or something. And there's a little passage, and it's just something from a zoo. It's like a notice board from a zoo, talking about opening times, talking about what seasons the zoo is open for and stuff like that. And then there are some questions afterwards for you to answer, so if you've understood that sort of notice, that bulletin from a zoo. And one of the questions was, what happens at 3 o'clock? And there's something at 3 o'clock, and it said this. It says وقت التغذية الأسود. So a lot of you who look at that, I don't know if it'd be التغذية actually. وقت تغذية الأسود. Okay. So this means feeding time, by the way. تغذية is like feeding. وقت is time. A lot of you'll know the word time. وقت, feeding. This is feeding time of a certain animal, okay? And there's just this, okay? There's just that, right? And there is a dhamma there. And then the multiple choice is, so what we've got so far is feeding time of the usud, okay? Or the uswad, or however you might be able to read that, right? And then in the options, there's Black Panther is one of the options. And there's also lions, okay? A lot of people will look at that. More people know the colour eswed, right? More people know the word eswed, which means black, than people know that the plural of esed, meaning a lion, is usud. So more people will assume that it's to do with being black and being a black panther than to do with being a lion. Because not many people learn the plural of esed is usud, and not many people know that. So that's there to trick you out, right? Pay attention to that little dhamma, okay? And at the end of your exam, just run back over your paper, because if there aren't at least one or two little times when the examiner might be trying to trip you up a little bit, be careful of that. Look at that, because they'll more than likely put at least one in. So that was the first one, right? That's the first one. Number 2, okay, this was actually earlier in the exam, but there's a description of something to do with a film. There's an advert for a new movie that's on at the cinema, and it's talking about the actors that are in it. It's talking about these 2 female actors that are in it, and it's talking about whether the film is an Egyptian film or a Syrian film, and it's asking you where the 2 stars are from. Are they both Egyptian, or are they both Syrian, or is one Egyptian, one Syrian? And it said something like something. Let's call her Maryam. I can't remember her name. Maryam. Maryam something min Misr. Okay, from Egypt. Maryam something from Egypt, from Misr. And then the other one was I can't remember the exact name. Let's call her Amira. Yeah. It was something like Amira al-Masri. And then it said Min Surya. Excuse my scruffy handwriting, that's just because I'm writing quickly. Not with a tap, not a borta, Sam. Min Surya with an alif tawila. Yeah, so the 2 names, right? So you're looking at this and you're saying Maryam min Masr. Okay, so we've got Egypt. We've definitely got min Masr. And then we've got Amira al-Masri. You know, but that's her name. You have people sometimes from different countries, and within their name they might have like something al-Baghdadi, and they themselves are not from Baghdad. Like they might have an ancestor from Baghdad or something. Or there's a very famous Qari at the moment called something al-Bulushi. I don't know if he's actually Bulushi. I don't know, but yeah. So like you might have people with a name something al-Masri, but he might not be Masri. He might not be Egyptian, right? So this is just an actor, and her name is something Masri. So that'll catch you out. A lot of people will look at that and they'll think, oh, Amira, she must be Masri. So it must be two Egyptians, but it's not. You know, afterwards, and then it says that she is min Surya as well. So look out for that stuff. Yeah, there'll be a few things sort of dipped around in there to try to trip you up. This is a very, very impromptu video. I mean, I just really wanted to share that stuff with you, and you know, because I'd sort of put that together for those of the guys who are inside the GCSE revision program. So lastly, I'll just remind you of it. It's in the description. You can go and sign up if you're interested in it, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. But even if you don't, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.